Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about menstrual cups, and this video will be about how to choose your first menstrual cup. If you're watching and you are a little uncomfortable with some of the terminology, you can turn it off, but we're just basically talking about anatomy and your menstrual cycle and such. To choose your first menstrual cup, you might be a little bit overwhelmed whenever you look it up on the internet, because I know with tampons, at least when you go in the grocery store, there's normally only 2 to 3 brands that are pretty big that are on the shelves. With menstrual cups, they may not always be inside of the store shelves where you're looking. I mean, to get mine, I actually ended up having to order it off Amazon because I went to 2 natural grocers, I went to 2 or 3 Walmarts and a Target, and none of them had any brand of menstrual cup whatsoever. In fact, the salespeople looked at me like I was crazy when I asked them about them. Anyhow, so I got mine off of Amazon, but I know in other places, my sister lives up in Colorado, and she said that she got hers at a natural grocer's there. So, and they had several brands when she had went to choose hers. The first one that I started off with was a Lunette cup, and my second cup is a Ruby cup. And I'll go into explanations about each one of them, what I think are pros and cons, and which one I like a little more on future videos. So you might be a little overwhelmed when you look, especially online, about the world of menstrual cups and where to start. You need to kind of turn that off for a second, because first you need to figure out how high your cervix is to determine what size cup, because there's going to be different shapes, totally different brands, then there's going to be different sizes as well. Your first stop you're going to want to know is what size, and to do that you're going to need to measure your cervix. To measure your cervix, you're going to take your middle finger, hi guys, and you're going to insert it into your vagina, and you're going to insert it into your vagina. I'm so tongue-tied right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. You can insert it into your vagina until you hit your cervix. If you hit your cervix by your first knuckle or your second knuckle, you're going to want a smaller size cup. If you get to your second knuckle or pass, and even to your third, or get your third and you don't still touch, you're going to want a larger size cup. Me personally, I was about here, so I went with a larger cup. I also chose a larger cup too, because I was sitting there thinking, well, a larger cup's going to hold more menstrual fluid, and I go through tampons like nobody's business. Like my first and second day, I'm using a super tampon like every hour. So and I was still having leaks, so I totally need a larger cup. Don't go off that. Measure your cervix and then decide what cup you need, because I'm telling you, these things hold way more than you think. Besides that, you're not even bleeding as much as you think you are. So once you have figured out the size of your cervix, then you know small or medium cup. So that kind of cuts out a little bit of that stress. Then you can kind of look into brands. There's so many different cups. Like the FemCycle one is a totally different shape than like the Luna, my Luna cup. Then they have different kinds of stems, and the stem is normally the part that's right here. I have actually removed my stem. It was about this long here, and it's got the ridges just like what's on this cup here to help with removal. I originally chose the Lunette cup because I had really great reviews online. I had seen several YouTube videos where people were recommending it, and I went with a larger size because I'm over the age of 25. I have 2 kids, which although I did not deliver them vaginally, I delivered them via C-section. I really didn't have a choice. That's why I chose this menstrual cup, or this menstrual cup size. And then, of course, like I said, I was originally thinking for capacity reasons. The reason why I'll tell you the capacity reason really doesn't matter worth it too is because this holds, what is it? I think it's 20 mil. And there's some measuring lines right here on the side for you. And I can tell you, even with wearing it 12 hours straight, I don't think I have gotten it past here. And here's a little hole right here, the air hole that'll help it to release whenever you're removing it. And 12 hours and only that much. And with tampons, I was going through a super maxi tampon once an hour. Hello. I mean, yeah. So anyhow, once you've determined what type of menstrual cup you're going to want to choose, and also don't always go with the cheapest one, because a lot of them are made just all over. You're going to want to make sure you get one that's 100% medical grade silicone and with a reputable company. This one is it has been around for a while. It's got great reviews online, and I have to say I was glad that I purchased this one as my first menstrual cup. The next thing, once you get your menstrual cup, is going to be like, yay, I got one finally. Or at least for me it was. I was so excited. I took pictures and like posted it on Facebook and look, I have my menstrual cups and finally. I was so excited to get my period. Like, who can say that you're excited to get your period? Because that's how determined I was that this was going to change the way I thought about menstrual cycles. I was convinced by this point by doing research and watching videos, and I was not let down. I was so amazed that first time. At first, I was a little put off because I thought, well, it seems so big, but it's so soft. Like and literally once it's in, you will forget about it. Because it's not uncomfortable, whereas with tampons, they were so uncomfortable to me. Also, another big bonus, I know some people have mentioned that odor is a big deal for them when they're using tampons or pads during their menstrual cycles. You don't have to worry about that with a menstrual cup because it's sitting in your cervix collecting all the menstrual fluid. There's not blood on the outside, so you're not getting that rust or coppery kind of smell that odor that comes with what people generally associate with their menstrual cycles. You don't have that because all the menstrual fluid is collected in here, and when you remove it, you dump it and you reinsert it, so you're not having that odor for you. We'll go over a couple of ways to insert your menstrual cup. I've only really practiced 2 ways, and one I prefer to the other. The most commonly used ones are the C-fold, where you just push down here and fold it. And the lunette is also a little more firm of a cup too, so then you fold it like this and you insert, and once you get it in, it'll pop open in your cervix. To determine whether or not it's popped open and that would therefore seal it so that you're not going to have any leaks, you're going to lightly want to insert a finger and run it around the edge to make sure it's smooth. If it's not inserted all the way, when you run your finger, you'll feel, oh, there's a divot right there. It's not pumped out. And then you can remove and try again. The other type of fold that I really like is in half, and then it's called a 7-fold. So just like, this is really hard to do when you're actually on a video. So you fold in half and then you fold it over, kind of like that, but kind of like the C-fold, but a little bit different. I mean, it almost looks like a flower the way it's done like that. And again, you just insert it like I said before, and once it gets there, it pops open. And then you would have the string, which the string is not supposed to protrude out of the vagina. It's just supposed to be right inside of the vagina there, so that you could then pull it out. The ridges are here too, so that if you remove the stem, as I did because I found the stem annoying, you just insert your finger, which will pop it, thumbs right here at the edge, and right out. Don't worry about liquid spilling out because it's not going to. Like I said, you're not going to fill it up near as much as you think. The first day I wore it, I was like trying to change it every 2 hours, and I'm like, maybe that much liquid. And that was on my heavier days. I thought, oh my gosh, I am definitely not bleeding as much as I thought I was. The other thing you're going to want to do is cleaning. It's super easy to clean your menstrual cup, guys. I mean, really easy. There's different tablets that you can get for cleaning online that you just kind of drop into water with your menstrual cups, they'll fizz, and then you just rinse off your menstrual cup. The other thing that I do, which is what's recommended inside of the brochures, listen to me, inside of the instruction manual, is to boil your menstrual cup. Each menstrual cup could possibly say a different variation of time. Normally it's in between 5 and 10 minutes to boil, and then you let it cool. And that'll sanitize your menstrual cup for you. The other thing you want to do is when you're wearing it is to clean it. I clean mine nightly with an unscented soap, and then I rinse it out, and then I will reinsert for the evening. By the way, at night, oh my gosh, it's so nice to have that and not like a pad or something, or having to worry about getting up with a tampon. You can sleep all night long. Well, if you have kids, you can sleep as long as your kids let you, and then get up and change it or empty it really quickly and reinsert. It's so nice. I'm not gonna lie, this has totally changed my life. Also, it totally limits the time inside of the bathroom because, like I said, for me with tampons, I was inside of the bathroom once an hour having to change them because of leaking and everything like that. And even with changing once an hour, I would still have leaking. With this, I normally go, the max I've normally gone at, I think, is 12 hours. I have pushed the max limit. I've gone 12 hours or actually a little more. But on my heavier days, I normally try to empty it about every 7 hours. Although I have gone 12 hours and still not leaked on my heaviest days. So if that tells you one thing, is they're really awesome. I hope this video has given you guys a little insight as to how to insert your menstrual cup, how to remove it, also as much as how to determine what size menstrual cup you're gonna need. If you are already on this menstrual cup bandwagon, go ahead and leave me a comment. I want to know what menstrual cups you use and what you found helpful in choosing one yourself. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.